So you heard about this amazing project on the Phantom network and you want to APN. Of course, I'm talking about Tomb Finance. You go to their website and you see this and you think, what the fuck? What is this? What should I do with this? And this is exactly what this video is about. I'm not a financial advisor and I do not claim that this is the best strategy, but this is my approach after almost 2 months since I start staking Tomb. So what is actually the best approach? You got the cemetery where you can stake these liquidity pools like here. As you can see, Tomb, Phantom and T-Share FTM. Should you do this or should you invest in Masonry? Here you can invest only T-Shares. And these T-Shares are producing you Tomb. Meanwhile, these two liquidity pools right here are producing T-Shares for you. Now, what is the pit? In the pit, you can purchase T-bonds. When the price is under the peg, you can buy this and sell them later. So I don't know why it looks like this, because as you can see, the peg is under 1 and this button should be active and you should be able to buy this. But yeah, I don't know why it shows up like this. Now let's go quickly through the game theory behind this project. You have these 3 tokens, like I said, Tomb, T-Share and T-Bond. This is what you need to remember. And this is how it works. When Tomb price is over the peg, Tomb holders get diluted in favor of T-Share holders as new Tomb are minted to drive the price down. So this is what is happening when the Tomb price it's less than 1 Phantom. This is what the peg means, because Tomb is pegged to the Phantom price. So 1 Tomb should be valued at 1 Phantom. This is the goal behind this project. Now, the next point, it is when the Tomb price is at the peg, Tomb holders can use the Tomb Phantom liquidity pool to increase their yield on Phantom without the risk of impermanent loss. So then you don't have any impermanent loss because they have the same value, Tomb and Phantom. The problem at this moment in time is that the T-Share is worthless because they do not print any Tomb anymore, because it's waiting for Tomb to reach back the same value as Phantom. And here it is when the last piece comes into play. So when Tomb price is under the peg, Tomb holders should buy T-Bond to help the price return to the peg and benefit from the discount. So at this time you can buy T-Bond, and after that, after the peg is again above 1, you can sell these T-Bonds and get Tomb in reward. And this is actually one of the biggest challenges of these projects, these algorithmic coins, because you need a community of people that are trusting and that are believing in your project, and they are willing to buy these T-bonds to support your project. Now, having in mind everything I just went through, we end up with these possible staking strategies. And now let's run these feedback loops and see how they look like. The first one would be when you stake Tomb, you receive T-Share. Yeah, this is exactly what's happening. If you sell T-Share to buy more Tomb, you drive the Tomb price up, making T-Share more valuable through rebases while making your Tomb less valuable in the meantime. The second approach and the feedback loop is this. When you stake T-Share, you receive Tomb. If you sell Tomb to buy more T-Share, you drive the Tomb price down, making your T-Share less valuable by reducing the emissions of new Tomb. And the last one, when you buy T-Bond, the Tomb are burned, reducing the supply, and you drive the Tomb price up, making your T-Bond more valuable if other people decide to cooperate and also bonding with you. Because what can happen in some cases, people are just not willing to buy these T-bonds, and that means the peg just goes lower and lower, and the price never comes back to reach the initial intention of 1-to-1. This is actually one of the highest risks of this kind of projects. Now, there is something really important you should have in your mind. After 1 year, so over the long run, approximately 1 year after the launch, and you can read this in their documentation, the expansion phase will stop and Tomb price should eventually remain at the peg. So should have the same price as Phantom. 1 Tomb should be 1 Phantom. At this time, T-Share will be worthless because the inflation stopped and the T-Share will not print more Tomb. This is something very important to keep in mind. Now, this is my approach that I'm following after 2 months staking this project. I think this is what works best for me. And like I said, I am not sure this is the best. I just feel that this is the right approach for me. I stake in the Phantom Tomb liquidity pool in the cemetery. And this liquidity pool, and from this, I can redeem T-shares as rewards. This pool is producing me T-shares. And I redeem them, I don't know, maybe once a week or something like that. So it's up to you how often you want to do it. You need to have in consideration the gas fees as well. And of course, depends on how much money you have in this. If you have a lot of money, then it might make sense to redeem more often than myself. Yeah, so keep that in mind. And after that, I take this T-share and I stake it in Masonry. And there, this T-share is producing or printing Tomb for me. And after that, I'm monitoring the price of T-share and of the peg as well, of course. And when I think this is a good price for T-share, then I sell this T-share and the Tomb into Phantom and stablecoins, or I swap, right? And I take that stablecoin I just sold into and I pair it with Phantom 50-50%, and I stake that again on Spooky Swap, on Spirit Swap, or on Beethoven. Of course, on Beethoven, it's not 50-50%, but it is 50% on Spooky Swap, Spirit Swap, and I think Liquid Driver as well. And on a larger time scale, I am also taking profits on Phantom. So when Phantom is hitting some price targets for me, I plan to sell some Phantom, and with that profit to take it into stable coins and pair two different stable coins and stake them in a liquidity pool, just for about maybe above 20% APR. And after that, I plan to use these stable coins to buy more tokens of the projects I believe in when the dip happens, when the price is crashing, like right now, for example. Bitcoin just went under 40K few hours ago. So this might be a good time to buy or not. Not exactly for me personally, because I think it still can go lower, and it most probably will, but I will not go into that in this video right here. So these are all the steps I am taking with Phantom. Is this the best? I do not know. I don't have any idea, but I know something. Good or bad, it's much better to have a plan than have no plan. If I learned something since I'm in crypto, it's much better to have a plan than no plan, because no plan will not get you nowhere and actually will make you lose a lot of money. Now, there are some key points in this approach I have right here, and I try to stick to these rules and don't break this. So I do not like to buy T-share, although the liquidity pool Phantom T-share has much higher APY, it's also riskier. And I don't want to buy T-share, I'm just farming it through my liquidity pool Phantom Tomb. So is this good? Is the best? I don't know. I feel this is good for me and I stick to this rule. Now, something else, of course, I don't buy Tomb when the peg is above 1. So it's not a good business to swap your Phantom into Tomb when you must pay 1.1 Phantom for Tomb, right? So right now, this is actually a dilemma I have. Like, you can buy T-bonds or you can buy cheaper Tomb if you know that Tomb will reach back the peg and you can sell them with a profit of 5 or 10% or something, right? So this is the other thing I'm doing. I don't want to buy Tomb when maybe one Tomb costs 1.5 Phantom. Let's say it's a bit exaggerated, but just to make it clear, right? It doesn't make any sense, because my goal right here is to stack up my Phantom and take profits later on. So I want to make it a good deal when I'm buying Tomb. And here, very important, like I said, but depends on your amount of money, how much capital you put in, to collect the rewards and reinvest them for the compound effect. Because if you don't do this for 1 year, you can lose a lot of potential. I would not go deep into this, but there are calculators out there where you can see the difference. How much can you lose if you don't reinvest the rewards you are collecting from your staked projects? Now, do you remember when I said that when I take these profits, I pair Phantom with stablecoin with another stablecoin and I farm that for some decent APRs. For some time ago, there was possible to find over 100% for this kind of deals, but right now it's more difficult. At the same time, we can see that actually Tomb And Phantom liquidity pool, it's quite low nowadays, isn't it? We can see that the APR, it's, let's say 105%. So now the question that pops up into my mind, does it still make sense to invest in this and take more risk? Because in my opinion, it's much more riskier to invest in Tomb than to any other pool right here. I think these right here are much more stable and much more secure for the future. There is a chance that this project can be much better, but that is not confirmed. Right now, this is better actually. At the same time, we can see that, let's say this 70% is not too shabby either, right? And this is the lowest. You can get 83, 84, or if you're like me, I jumped in the highest, in the Phantom meme pool. Why not? Why not to take 90%? And when you look at these two right here, it's 50% difference. Does it really make any sense to go into this project for such a low difference? I don't know. It might be worth for you, but it might not as well. At the same time, this keeps going lower and lower. It was different. I think it was close to 200% APR not long ago. 150. There is something else, right? Because it's almost double than this. But when it's close to it, I don't know. It's up to you, but it's important to ask these questions and be honest about it. Do you see any reason why you should actually keep investing in this? Now, I might have something for you. Of course, especially if you're a degen like me. Future airdrop. Now, I just read this on the Tomb Discord, and here you can see this. Starting today, January 11th, 2022, all Tomb T-share and T-bond holders for the next 120 days will receive Fanti and Life. What are these? And why would you be interested? We will be taking random daily snapshots the next 120 days, which is roughly 4 months. More details as they become available. So stay tuned and follow the project on Twitter, on Discord to find out more on this. And then there is an extra bonus as well. If you were T-bond holder, you get 2x the rewards. And now actually this is the only reason why and when it makes sense to actually buy T-bond. Because before it would have been just better to just buy Tomb when the price was under the peg instead of T-bond, right? But now this is an extra reason actually. And they said they will have more reasons because this was my question all the time. Why should I buy T-bond when I can buy cheaper Tomb and sell it when it goes above, right? I don't see any reason. I'm not married to the project. It's not my project. It's not my baby, right? So yeah, just some questions you might ask yourself as well. And here, those tokens I was talking about, Felix is going to be an exchange. So Felix is going to be Tomb Finance own exchange or something like that. There are not many details you can read about, but this is what I understood so far. And Fanti will be the main utility token on the Felix exchange. More info coming soon. But let's just say Fanti is a way cuter than Shiba. So yeah, interested. I'm really looking forward to find out more on this. Now, at the end of this, I don't know what is your strategy. I don't know what you are doing in DeFi, but this is my approach right here. Yes, I like the project, but that does not mean that I will stay into it until it won't make any sense for me. I go where I can get the best returns. So I'm not a protocol maxi or a project maxi. I am following the yield and I'm going where the yield is best. And for the time being, Phantom network is amazing. A lot of money are pouring into Phantom from Ethereum especially. A lot of money. Even if Bitcoin is bleeding and the markets are bleeding generally, I really think in the short and medium term, Phantom will do very well. But does that mean that I need to be in this project in Tomb? I don't know. Now there are these tokens, these airdrops that I'm looking forward to. And I also think that Harry will try to give us more reasons for people to come in. So I still think Tomb, it will keep being an interesting project, but at the same time, I think for the risk it poses, it should be just a small part of your portfolio. And this is not financial advice, of course. Now, you tell me what you think about this blabber. Does it make any sense for you? Or do you have another approach that you think is better? And what about still investing in this project? Do you still see any reason why you should still keep investing in it for the foreseeable future? Thank you very much for watching, liking, subscribing, and commenting, and see you next time.